Barlow's TV, your local landscape and garden resource. I'm Steven, here in my vegetable garden. It is now the beginning of September and I'm ready to start to pull out some of the summer crops and plant my cool season crops. Cool season crops like our lettuce, our broccoli, our cauliflower and cabbage. Those are the crops that, if you remember, we planted in the spring, we harvested in the spring, and then we put our warm season crops in. But now we can put them back in the ground so we can have harvest in October and November. So first things first is I've got to find a spot for them in my garden. So I have right here some of these beans that are kind of ready to be pulled out. They're all done, we've harvested them, and they're kind of all set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to rip them out to make room for my cool season crops. So what I do is I have my garbage can here where I put all my compost material in, because I'm going to take this to my compost pile. Make sure I have a good compost pile I keep turned over, and then what I'll do is that compost I'm going to put back in my garden in the early spring to give that soil that good nutrients that it needs. So here I'm going to keep ripping these all out. As I continue this, we'll check back and we'll see how we make out. Okay, welcome back to our cool season vegetable series. Here I was just cleaning up the vegetable garden as we talked about in the past video on how I got to get it ready for my cool season crops, and as I was doing that I realized I needed to do a quick harvest, and I found all these great things in my garden. So it's great to see the rewards of your hard work in your vegetable garden. So this is just a little sampling of what we just harvested. So I've got my area nice and cleaned out here, and I'm ready to get ready to plant my cool season vegetables. So what I'm going to do is I want to turn the soil over because it's kind of been compacted down from me walking in my garden and doing the harvesting and working there. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn this soil over so I get some nice air in there. So what I'm going to do is just take a spade, really simple, and just break it all up so it's all nice and broken up. So as I continue to do this, I'm going to take a short break, and when we come back we'll talk about planting the vegetables and getting them all watered in and stuff. See you in a few. Hello, welcome back to our series on cool season vegetables. In our last series I talked about how we had to turn the soil over to get some nice air back into that soil from compaction. So that's what we have here, some nice fluffy soil. I'm just smoothing it out. What we're going to do is we're going to start to plant our cool season vegetables. Now this time of year you want to plant like your lettuce, your broccoli, cauliflower, beets, and all those you can harvest the end of October and in through November, and it just extends the season of your vegetable garden. So what I have here is I have some plantain. What I'd like to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of fertilizer back into that soil right before I plant. So in the area I'm going to plant, I'm just going to sprinkle some of this plantain on top of the area. And as I plant the plants, I'm going to mix it in. So I like to use about a handful per three square feet, so just about like this. I have it in there, and then I'm going to mix it into the soil. So it just gives that little bit of nutrients back into the soil that might have been sucked away from our tomatoes or beans, whatever else we had in there. So today I have some broccoli that I'm planting. Great cool season crop. It actually does really, really well in the fall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant these. You look nice white roots. I'm going to plant these about 12 inches apart. So I dig my hole and put the soil around it. I like to keep things in nice straight lines. So it's about 18 inches apart. Now you can either use a measuring stick or you can kind of eyeball it. So there I have my broccoli just like that. I'm going to want to do the same thing with my lettuce. We're going to plant the lettuce probably back over in here. You want to give it a good area and lots of space. So right here I have some romaine lettuce. I like romaine. It's got those nice big long leaves. So do the same thing with my romaine lettuce. Dig a hole, pop it in. The lettuces you can plant a little bit closer together than your broccoli. Just like that. So after I get them all planted in, I want to make sure I give them a good soaking of water in case we're not going to get rain. If you're going to plant right before a rainstorm, that's okay. But in case you're not, I really want to soak them in well, just to make sure that those roots, in case we do have a hot Indian summer day, you want to make sure they're well watered in. So I'm going to really soak them in to get that water to really percolate down into the root system, just like that. So then I'm going to watch them grow, and in about 6 weeks I'm going to enjoy the fruits of my hard work. So thanks for watching Barlow's TV. I encourage you to check out our website for more episodes. Thanks and have a great day.